Okay, so the last person that we have up is DJ Devon3, and you want to go ahead and show us? I can't hear you.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, now I can.
Okay. So I have what did I call it? Cyberpunk Ski Goggles. Yeah. Except since I've been wearing these and I'm in Florida and really high humidity and they're completely fogging up just sitting here. So I would not recommend something like this for skiing. uh, uh, so these are two separate nudes. So there's a top and a bottom. And I was inspired by Soapy Wong's helmet, space helmet. And
Oh
this
yeah.
was like the closest thing I could come up with, just like on a drop of a hat. And it just seemed like a really cool project. They're
I'm
nudes.
sorry, my cat
They're
just removed
goggles.
you from the stream.
Oh, it's fine. That's fine. This one is running on a Cutie Pie S2. There's really no need for an S3 for something like this because nudes are not RGB addressable. So you wouldn't want to like use this for Blue Fruit or something like that with the S3. And then there's just this tiny little 350 milliamp hour battery in the back. So, just completely freedom of motion. And I didn't discover that these would be really poor skiing goggles until just now. So I'm going to just call them LED lighted workshop goggles. Oh, another thing that I figured out. I went into a completely dark room. That's what I did. I
Mm-hmm.
went to the bathroom, turned all the lights off, and just looked. And this illuminated my entire bathroom.
Oh,
So
nice.
because these are so like easy to spot from far off, then my first thought was emergency responders or something like that. I mean, the idea could be cool for skiing, for rescue, that kind of thing, so you don't get stuck in the snow or whatever. So this has real applications because I can see through this no problem. I can't even see the light. So yeah,
That's really cool. Yeah.
so there are definitely applications for this kind of thing, even though they look cool for like rescue work. I don't know, firefighters, first responders, that kind of thing. These are
Mm-hmm.
really high vis. Like you want like really high vis. These are high vis.
Or maybe
Uh,
somebody that's going into a cave to rescue somebody.
something. There's applications for this. I was really impressed. Except for the fogging, but like that's a lens issue. And then another project is, let's see. This is an Adafruit step switch that I modified with a 3mm RGB LED. So you can modify the step switches to accept an RGB. So for your sequencers, synthesizers, quantizer projects, you can add RGB LEDs. And I was speaking to Liz there. She knows because she knows that quantizer I was going after. So yeah, this is a cool mod, and I don't know, I kind of consider an upgrade because with RGB you can get different statuses for like different notes and different MIDI arrangements, like blue for drums or yellow for hi-hats or etc. So this has really cool applications, and I have an entire YouTube video on how to assemble it as well. So that's already done.
Oh, cool.
So that's all I got.
Do you have a link to your YouTube
I will
video?
put it. I'll put it in the Discord.
Okay. Okay. Cool. And then yeah, that could also even be used as like some prop goggles for like a costume, or
Yep.
and if you did
Uh,
want to do RGB, maybe you could even do like a green, a blue, and a red noodle,
I thought about that. Yeah, that's possible. Absolutely.
and then
But with the small size of the cutie pie, I'm not sure if it has enough input output. So you would want something that's got a lot of GPIO, like a Trinky or something like that. It's got more than the cutie pie. Or you could just gang them together, I guess. I don't know. Oh, and that's another thing that I worked on was a ground plane PCB for the Cutie Pie. So a Cutie Pie BFF for ground planes, because with the Cutie Pie you only get one ground. With most microcontrollers, you only get one ground. So if you're running LED projects like this with multiple LEDs, you're going to want some way to do multiple grounds. So either you're going to splice the wires together to ground, or you're going to end up using a perf board or a proto board. So I came up with a design that's just like a proto area, except it all links back to ground in the middle of the proto area. So I don't know if
Somebody
anybody wants one of
suggest-
those. I will give that to somebody for free. I got like 10 of them coming, so hit me up if you want one. That's it.
And somebody suggested cleaning them with shaving cream to get rid of the fog.
The only time I'm ever really going to wear these are like right now and just like walking around the house, honestly. Like I'm not too worried about it. It's just a concept, you know, it's just a neat concept that I thought would be a fun project. And that's it.
Cool. Thank you for stopping by.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good night.